Hey everybody, if you want to find out how I carved this wood spirit on a piece of cottonwood bark, stick around and watch this video. Okay, hello everybody, my name's Jordy at Carving Fusion, if you don't know. Today we got this big piece of cottonwood bark. I think it's like 5 or 6, probably 6 inches across, wide across here. Maybe a bit over a foot tall. It's like 2.5 inches thick. So what we're going to do today is we're going to carve a wood spirit, but we're going to use this book for guidance, okay? Why I carve so many wood spirits is because here's the book. You can get it on Amazon. I'm going to pull this camera up a bit more. This is basically going to be a live video. It's going to be a live carving. You're going to hear my fan running in the background, and I'll keep my microphone going and I say what I do, what I'm doing each step. Why I do the wood spirits, because they're fun to do. They don't have to, as long as you can get your nose to look good, nose and eyebrows to look proportionate, then you're off to the races, okay? This one I might show a tutorial how to do eyes kind of this way. We'll go through the book and talk about it step by step, okay? Eyes are tricky to do on video. Eyes are tricky to do anyway. So if you're just a very beginning carver, I wouldn't really worry too much about do eyes and just do them hollow, okay? So this is a shout out video from my buddy Eddie there at NorCal Succulents, and we're going to really focus on helping with the nose for Eddie, and it's going to have a bump in the nose. It's going to have a big nose with a bump, and it's just going to be a fun carving. So let me get the fan going, and we'll get going. I'm using my Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. This is my favorite multi-purpose burr. I use probably about 95% of the time for my carvings. To get these Kutzalls, just go to the description below. It will take you to the Kutzall site. Use the code CFusion, save yourself 5%. So I guess before I get the fan going, let's draw this face on. So pro carvers or anybody, I don't care, even pro carvers do this. You always start with a center line, okay? So here's our center line, okay? So where do you want to put the forehead? What kind of forehead do we want to give this guy? Do we even want to give him a forehead? You guys as wood spirits don't have to have foreheads, all right? So, but we'll give this guy a forehead. Let's put it right up here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to carve the forehead in first, okay? So I'm going to carve this forehead in. I'm going to carve it about that deep. So you'll see me cut, then feather away the wood. Feather away the wood means take away the wood, right? So cut, take away the wood, cut, take away the wood. And I want it to be on a slope like, so here's straight. Okay, I want it to be on a slope like this, inside there, about like that. So that's a good way to make your nose stick out farthest off the piece too, okay? So our eyes will be here. I'll probably carve the eyes and the nose away, and our nose will be right here. Okay, so when you draw your eyes on, you can draw them on like this if they slant them down if you want. I suggest for the beginning carvers, Dremel carving, slant your eyes down on the sides. I think it looks better than going like this. Okay, this is my opinion, just the way I like to do it. But when you draw your nose on, I'll say it now because when I'm doing the carving, it might be a little bit loud. Always give yourself a big gap here. Like, don't draw it on like this, so it's like this, okay? So here's your bottom of your nose. Don't draw it on so it's like close right there, because then you're going to have a thin bridge of the nose. It's easy to fix, but it's slow down, Jordy. For the very beginners, the better you draw your basic shapes on, like our mustache will come down here, the better you draw your nose on and cut on the outside of the lines, the better chance your carving is going to be, because, well, I know once, like, this really has no effect to the carving, because shape, you have to shape it and everything, right? And then shaping it turns everything around. But the better that you draw it on at the very beginning, it's gonna make it easier for you. The carving may not turn out better, but it's gonna make it easy for you as you go, okay? So I'm gonna turn the fan on, I'm gonna cut this forehead in deep, and I'm gonna feather away the wood, and then you're gonna see it on a slant here. Then we'll redraw the eyes on, redraw the nose on, and we'll cut the eyes and the nose in, okay? I'm trying to make this as very basic as I can possibly make it. Alrighty, so this will be the biggest, longest voice over known to mankind. There's my Dremel flex shaft, and I'm running on a Dremel 4000 using the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. Okay, so let's get going. Spinning, yep, it's spinning. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is cut the forehead in a bit deep. I did talk on this whole video throughout the carving, but my microphone wasn't hooked up, so you'll see where I'm talking there. I don't know what I was saying. Oh yeah, don't carve too deep into that channel there or you'll break your flex shaft. So there's the forehead. See, it's about, I got it cut in about 1/2 inch there. Now I'll start feathering it away because you don't want to get stuck in that channel, because again you'll break your flex shaft. So just cut, remove, cut, remove. I say cut, feather, but same thing. Okay, so there I am taking the forehead back. So I figure I got my Fordham SR series here with the industrial flex shaft. The exact same burr. That's the 1/4 inch burr that goes into the one. The ones that hold the Dremels are 1/8 inch burrs. Okay, so 1/4 inch to 1/8. That's the extreme flame burr too there. I'll show you the size here difference there. So look how much bigger it is than the Dremel. So you will remove a lot more wood a lot faster. Excuse me. Lots of people have asked me about the foot control pedals that I got. The only speed control pedal I got now that works actually is with the Fordham. The one I got hooked up to my Dremel, it doesn't work. It is a speed control, but I guess some of the, maybe the newer Dremel 4000s don't let your speed control pedal actually work with the speed control. So it's basically an on-off switch. So basically with my Dremel, I just run it full throttle. And if I want to do lighter carving, I just go lighter to the touch, right? So I don't carve so deep. So my Dremel foot pedal is basically just an on-off switch now. So there you can see the forehead's taper back now, okay? I guess I should add some music after this video. So here I am again, redrawing my center line on for the eyes. Oh, sorry, just redrawing my eyes in for the... Oh boy, this is like an hour long too. Redrawing my eyes in. Now I gotta redraw my center line. What I'm saying there, it's better to do a smaller forehead first than a larger forehead, because it's easier to fix down the road. It's easier to make a bigger forehead down the road than a smaller one. I just carved Rob, you're messaging me. Okay, so there you go, there you go. I think the nose is a little bit too big, so I make it shorter. And for the real beginning carvers, I know I repeat myself, it's good to make your nose, draw it on better and cut true to the line. That means cut on the outside of the line when you first do your cuts, because it will be a lot easier for you to shape everything once you get into shaping. And I showed those cuts right there, inside there. Those are the deepest cuts in the carving for me. If you want your nose to really pop out a lot, then underneath the nose, okay? Excuse me. I don't know if for some of you guys have been watching, I just ate that last piece of that apple pie. That thing was freaking huge. It took me a week to eat it. Piece every night with some ice cream and some whipped cream. So, I don't know, I guess I'm going to have to start drinking more water and go on a diet. It's kind of hard to go on a diet in the winter time when you got a bunch of snow. So, well, it is, just don't eat as bad, but I like to, you know, I get exercise when I do the chainsaw carving and stuff too, right? So there I am taking below the bottom of the eyes. Just kind of tapering, cutting it down, tapering it. This video is basically for the nose and the eyes, really. So don't be afraid to carve off your lines, right? So here I go again, using my center line. It's a great habit to get into. And redrawing my nose on. So there you can see the eyebrows. You can push those back too, right? I don't know what I'm saying there. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, so I'm going to cut on the outside of the nose, not too deep there, but right here, I'm going to push in deep on both sides. Okay. And you guys, some of you are carving harder wood, so just basically do one cut, then remove the wood. Do one cut, remove the wood. Don't cut so deep like you see me doing here. And again, you won't break your flex shaft if you do that. So I'm just kind of taking that a bit down. The nose is starting to get elevated. For you that don't know that word, some of you might not know. I don't know. You know? It means sticking off farthest from the piece. So there's kind of cheekbones there. So I don't really take that down too much right now. I'll just kind of round it off a bit. And here I am cutting underneath the nose. Okay. Yep, tap. So yeah, cut, remove. That's what I think I'm saying. So now I'm going to do a little more cutting here. No, I'm not. You'll break your flex shaft. Don't cut inside there. Feather it away. Okay, so there you go. There your nose is starting to pop off farther. So I'm cutting and feathering the wood, right? Cut it and feather it. Cut it, remove, cut, remove. But you see how fast that nose is coming off now? Haven't seen any videos from a studio in the lake lately. Guess he's been busy with his family and working and stuff with the Christmas season. Hey Ben, how you doing? So see that? See how it's all tapered back? I could take those eyebrows down farther too. So now I call this the punch-in effect, right? Because see, it's like punched in the nose. Now the mustache is sticking way farther off. So now what I want to do is remove some of that wood on the mustache. Okay, so I think I'll pull out my Fordham to do that. Oh, and come on, here we go. Here's the Fordham, so it's a quick remover of wood. And I also talk about it jumping. See, I'm not pushing very hard there. I'm just kind of letting the burr do the work. It's not jumping. That's a brand new burr too, so it's super sharp, right? The points are still pointy. But I'll show you guys, when I push down, you'll see it jump. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so watch. It bounces inside there. You can't really see on this video, but it does. So just push light with enough pressure just so it doesn't bounce. If you start putting more pressure, it's going to start bouncing. Just kind of rounding everything off. Just slowly taking the wood down. Take your time, everybody, for the beginning Dremel carvers, Fordham carvers. Just let the tool do the work. Some of this video is voiceover, some of it's not. So there you can see. I don't know what I'm saying there. So those deep cuts inside there, oh yeah, you can bring your mustache off now if you want. And make it come down. You can make your mustache go up. You can do any style you want. This one I'm kind of bringing it off to the sides a bit. And then I'll bring it down. This guy will just have a bottom lip. Okay, so cut on the outside of the mustache line, bring it down. I'm not too sure yet, so the deeper that you cut there at the top where the mustache goes straight across, the deeper you can cut on the bottom of your nose and feather away that wood, and your nose will stick off even farther. So I am pushing this cottonwood bark. If you haven't carved it, it's super soft. Nathan in our group, Facebook World of Wood Carvers, Nathan does sell this bark. World of Wood Carvers, no, Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers Original. I renamed it Original because somebody, a month after I started Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers, I'm not going to say his name, but somebody else started a group on Facebook. Like So Mine's World of Wood Carvers, he called his group Carvers of the World. It's like, come on, buddy. Like, you know, first of all, your video, I'm not even going to say anything. I don't want to insult anybody, but I could care less. Anyway, so there you go. There's the mustache cut in. Still got your cheekbones. See, I'm leaving my cheekbones high because then you got something to work with, right? Now I'm just redrawing the inside. Okay, there's my center line again. It's just a good hobby to get into. Even the professionals will say so. And if they don't, well, just tell them to take a, I don't know, just tell them to take a hike. So I try and make both sides of the mustache the same, equal to each other. Okay. And the bottom's the same. I basically just blend my mustache into the beard now. So you want to push the bottom lip to as far back on the face you think. It's just kind of an eye thing, right? Push it back as far as you think it needs to go. Okay, so cut and remove. That's basically what wood carving is, cutting and removing. And you know, I know I say this over and over again, just don't care. Just dig in, you know, and don't be intimidated by the wood. Like what we mean by cut deeper, carve deeper is, even Ryan Cook says it, the more room you have to carve into your wood and the deeper you carve, the more three-dimensional it's going to look. So right inside there, I cut really deep in there. I learned that trick from Ryan Cook, because when I burn it, I'm going to burn this piece a bit. When you burn it or stain it, when you sand it, that dark spot's still in there, right? So it looks like it's like a nice good shadow inside there. Okay, so that's going to be my bottom lip. I'm going to cut on the outside of that line. I know some of you are probably tired of seeing these wood spirit videos because I think I've made like 700 of them. But if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. That's kind of the bottom line. So cut and remove. So you can see the bottom lips getting exposed there. Okay, see how deep I'm going underneath that mustache? Kind of on a 45 under there. Yeah, so I hope everybody had a good Christmas. I'm kind of glad it's over. I'll be carving Christmas trees, like it'll be like tomorrow. I think the older that you get, the faster time goes. It's kind of strange. Okay, so it's not so punched in looking anymore. Like the face itself isn't pushed in as much because I took the mustache down, right? You can always take the mustache down too right now. See how high it is? It doesn't need to be that high. You know, in real life, if you're a realism carver, carve it just like a friggin' quarter of an inch or even 1/8 of an inch off the face. Because that's realism. I'm not a realism carver. So the closer that you carve the mustache to the face, the better it will blend in with the beard when you want to blend them together, right? Because if you look, again, for the realism carvers, if you look at pictures of the mustache and the beard, the mustache just blends right into the beard. Okay, so the nose is sticking way far off. We got a good flow going. I could take those eyebrows down a bit more. Excuse me. I think at this point here, I didn't leave enough room for the eyes. Oh no, the bridge of the nose. I got to take these eyes down, right? I got to push the eyes farther back, sockets. So then when you do that, you have to make the bridge of the nose again, right? Because, well, if you look at a side view of a face, the bridge of the nose goes all the way across and it's raised up off the face. Okay, so here I am going to split the eyebrows in, carve my eyebrows on, and remove all this wood hair. So you got to kind of remember to keep your forehead tilted back too, right? I don't know, myself, I keep on repeating it. I'd much rather have a smaller forehead than a big mongoloid forehead. So there I am cutting. I'm going to stop this voiceover and I'll be right back. Okay, great. So that's first voiceovers I recorded. Nothing worse doing a voiceover and you don't save it and you got to redo it. Sometimes I've had to do it 4 times over. Oh boy, and I'm not the best at talking. So I'm okay talking when I'm carving, but I just sometimes think doing the voiceovers are a difficult thing for me to do. So there, I've pushed the forehead back. You can always carve it. If you want to make a bigger forehead, you can always remove more wood up top there. Okay, see that? And then push it back. And I'm not too sure what I'm saying here. Yep, so tip, tip, tap, tap. Hope lot you guys got some new carving tools for Christmas. I bought myself, okay, so here I'm going to cut deeper on the side of the bridge of the nose. To get the bridge of the nose stuff to be elevated off the face. I bought myself a Wi-Fi speaker for my chainsaw carving station. I got to figure out how I can record and record when I'm filming and listen to music at the same time. I just don't, because every time I hit record, the Wi-Fi stops. So maybe I'll just use my old phone for music, I guess. Okay, so there now I'm going to put in some round sockets pushed in for the eyes. Just kind of running around, cleaning it up, pushing everything back, which means carving deeper. Uncle Kevin and Ryan Cook would always say, push it back, push it back. I'm like, what do you mean push it back? They're like, well, it means carve deeper, curve it deeper. I'm like, oh, okay. So if you hear them and they'll say push it back, that's what it means, carve deeper. Okay, so this guy's face is taking shape. Not too sure what I'm saying here. Okay, well, I'm not too sure what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to do the cheeks to the mustache, okay? Sorry, the cheeks to the beard. So I cut this line straight down there. That's your beard line, right? So that's where your beard will meet the face. So I do that cut and I kind of round the cheeks a bit. So you'll be at the side of the face at this point. Okay. So now I'm just going to round the cheeks a bit. Don't go too crazy. Just round them so you don't see that square cut. Okay. This is why I like having my piece not in a vise so you can move it around when you need to. So that you'll see the beard hairs will just come off there. Okay. I'll just do my first beard hairs. So it's done. Try to make them equal to each other. Right. So I think it's going on points so far. See it just coming off the face? That side too. And I think I can stop this voiceover for a little bit and just talk. Okay, so I've opened up this book. So look at this picture right here. How far the nose sticks off when it comes to it, right? So I kind of realized with my carving here, I don't need to. I can carve eyes in here. But I think I want to push these eyebrows a bit farther back. So if you got to push your eyebrows to give more room in the face right here, right? So for some better eyes. So if you got to push these eyebrows, so that means I'm going to go like, where's a pen? So I'm going to draw here. Okay. I'm going to cut these eyebrows back a bit, which means remove this wood. If you got to cut, I don't know if I have to, but sometimes if you got to cut more wood away here and take your forehead back, you can do that too, right? So let me get the fan going and push these eyebrows back in up higher to give me more room in the face here for the eyes. Okay. Okay, so there you can see I'm cutting those eyebrows higher. Give you more room to put the eyes in. Just take your time. Try and make both eyebrows the same height unless you want to give him expressions like his face is higher, like he's got a raised eyebrow on one side. Pushing the forehead back a bit. Just rounding everything off, making sure both sides are equal as I can make them. I'm not at the best at making both sides as equal as they should be. Okay, so here's that book. So let's see, what are we looking at here? Okay, so the eyes. I'm not too sure what I'm saying, but the book's really handy to have. Excuse me. The nose. Okay, yeah. So we're talking about the nose. What kind of nose I want to have? Normally, I have that center nose. Okay, but I want to make it more like the nose I'm at right now. Okay, this guy has a big nose. Like normally, my noses lean over. But when I was a kid, people used to tell me I had a pig nose. So, let's see here. So that's the kind of nose Eddie said he wanted to see, but I want to do one with it kind of tilted back a bit, because I'm trying to change things on my carvings here and there, do different things, right? The more different types of things you do on your carvings, the more you'll learn. So there's the nose Eddie wants to see, a big nose with the bump in it, and I want to do one that's tilted back. The nose kind of ends up in between of both those noses, okay? So here, I want to make it kind of pointy. See how that nose is just like a big block of wood there? But I want to kind of make it like a triangle on the top. The points on the top. Not too triangle-y though. Okay, so I'm not too sure what I'm saying there, but just going to round these edges off a bit. So there's the center line again. So that wood on the outside there is going to be the wood that I'm going to be removing. And you see, there's your kind of triangle nose. But be careful, don't take too much off though, because you have to leave room for your nostrils. Anyways, tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, let's carve. Too much talking, more carving. Less talking, more carving. Yeah, so these voiceovers, they just, it's hard to remember what you're doing in the video and the time when you're doing them if you don't want to mark them down. So when Just Carve Rob, when Just Carve Rob does his voiceovers, all he really does, well, he does explain what he's doing, but that's when he likes to give his shout outs to all his carving friends out there in the world. So I'm just kind of making everything equal. So there I'm cutting on the side of the nose to make the bridge of the nose more exposed. But see how pushing those eyebrows back really helped? Another reason why I hate doing the voiceovers too as well, because lots of you guys know that I got the brain injury, and it's hard for me to talk smoothly without screwing up what I'm saying. So anyways, what's going on here? Okay, so there's the nostril there, big nostril in the middle there. Okay, so when you do the nostrils, oh, we're going to do the bump. So the bump in the nose, I just cut straight across there, Eddie. Eddie asked me to do this. He wanted to learn how to do the bump. Cut straight across. Okay. Now, cut a bit deep there. See, there's the cut mark, right? Now you just lightly smooth the cut mark. You got 2 cut marks on each side. So smooth this one off. Round the cut mark off is what I'm doing. And then round the top one off. It's that easy, Eddie. The deeper you cut into it, the deeper the bump you'll have on the nose. Like his old broken nose fella. He got beat up when he was younger. Maybe not beat up, maybe he got into a fight. Well, I know anytime I got punched in the nose, my eyes would water. It'd be hard to fight. Hard to see what's going on. I remember I just walked into this bar one time, and this big, huge dude the guy was a giant. I don't know what was happening, but I just walked in, and all I see is this big, huge fist coming towards my face. Boom, smash, broke my nose. Couldn't see nothing, my eyes just watered like crazy. There's a giant. There's the bump, Eddie. Just out of nowhere. Yep. The good old days. Okay, so here, like, there's the nostrils. Just try and make your nostrils equals, like, see up high on the side, high on the face. Okay, so here I'm reverting it. This is a good book to have. Okay. You got different types of noses, different types of nostrils. So just try and draw your nostrils on equal to each other. And see those cuts on the face? Just continue that down along the side of the mustache. And don't be afraid to cut those in really deep. Because I think the deeper those are cut in, the farther you can push back your mustache. And the less flat your face will look. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap. Zoom, zoom, tap, tap. Okay, so the nostril, there's a line for those, name for those lines. Nostril down. Boof. Just like that, Spin Studio, and like boof. But you see how both sides aren't equal right now? Okay, so this side I'm doing up and over. You know, for the real beginning carvers, if you want to try and make things equal, flip your carving around and look at it upside down, and that's how you can really tell that everything's not equal. Okay, so now we're talking about nostrils. I think. Maybe. Tap. Tap, tap. Tap. Okay, so taking the mustache farther down, rounding everything off. That's what it's about, constantly going over everything, rounding off, make sure both sides are equal. Okay, and deep inside there. Bring it down. Let it carry out. Let it carry down. Okay. So I'm pushing the mustache back into that crevice, in that it's a smile line or something it is. I forget what it's called. Just trying to equal off both sides of the nostril where they connect to the face and the bottom. Okay. So this is a long voiceover. I hope you guys are able to get some kind of idea from this, and maybe some part of this video will be able to help you, and you'll be able to come back, look on it when you want to carve a wood spirit. Don't expect your wood spirits to look like my wood spirits. I'll tell you that much right now. Your wood spirits are going to look like your wood spirits, okay? See, I'm cutting the mustache in again. See that deep cut in there? Okay, now I'm going to feather it away. You don't want to go too far down. You want the face to be equal all across the face, right? But that's just another trick to make the nose stick off farther. See, I'm running my Dremel this whole video full speed with my foot on the pedal, but I'm not pushing as hard, right? Some spots I'll push hard, some spots I won't. Like there's bulk removal, I'm pushing hard, right? Here I'm pushing hard. Here I'm hitting it really lightly. Just going over using the tips of the burr. The tips of the points. Okay. That mustache kind of looks funny from here, doesn't it? There's a cut marker I can see there. Okay, pushing up into the nostril to get your two nostril holes. You know, like where your snot sits. Your boogers. So, sorry, that kind of sounded rude. So don't go too far to the outside of the nostril, okay? When you do these nostrils, I think that's what I'm working on here now. Go closer to the inside. See, I'm just kind of rounding it up, touching everything up. Just a super soft touch. Just trying to make both sides equal. And you guys remember when I was doing this carving, I was doing it live, so I'm talking lots too, right? Like here I'm probably talking, but I forgot that my microphone wasn't plugged in. So I have to apologize for that again. What do you guys think? Do you guys think the live carvings with me talking where you can hear the bird doing the work? or me doing the voiceovers like this? What do you think's better for you guys learning, getting tips and tricks? Okay, so don't go too close to the outside of the nostril, because then you'll have a blowout. So I cut up and under, right? Up and in, right? Far away from the edge of the nostril, because you don't want it to blow out. Just kind of giving it more bridge of the nose, taking it down a bit farther. Okay, so there's my nostrils. Don't pay attention to that pen mark on there. That black line is just a pen mark. So now I'm going to shape them. Go really light here. So you want your nostrils to have like a little bit of a flare on the side. So just give it a little. Gentle, gentle. See that? Just really little. Dremel's running full blast, just gently touching it. Now just kind of rounding everything off. Try to make both sides equal. It's hard for me not to bounce around when I make these tutorial videos, because I like bouncing around. You know how you go get a tattoo? And the tattoo artist will be like, once he gets a lot of his work done, he'll be bouncing around like because he's touching spots he's seen he missed, right? Or he wants to fix up. I used to wonder why they did that. Okay, so there you go. So now I'm going to, the little flare there, see how it's kind of round? The nose isn't perfectly perfect on each side, but who cares? Now I'm going to remove some of this wood up and under, because remember I was talking, here we go. I want to give it that kind of nose. Not that. But that's, not really. I'm just going to, like I said, it's going to be 50-50 in between the two noses. So I'm just kind of taking some of that off. Make sure that I'm not going to interfere with my nostrils when I do that. Cutting deeper. There you go. Cut deeper. Okay, just cleaning up the nostrils. Okay, so I'm pushing the mustache back by that. Cut deeper, put the mustache back. Cut deeper, push the mustache back. Okay. Just there I'm jumping around, kind of trying to get both sides of the face equal. You guys, put your carvings down. Let it lean against the wall or stand up, whatever you're doing. And look at your carvings and see what you want to correct. You know, when you're having your break, have a pen and mark something that you want to correct so you don't forget it, right? Okay, so I see that left side of the face is bigger, I think, than the right side. So I got to push it in a bit. I got to cut it along the side of the face, just to equal the two sides of the face out. And just kind of round it off a bit. Okay, so that's a lot better. I'm a lot happier with that. Even though that eyebrow comes way over, that's okay. Just have fun. Don't be afraid to do it. Anybody can do this, okay? So I look there. One of the eyebrows I think is higher than the other one. Here, there you go. See, I'm fixing that eyebrow because I said it pushed over too much. So I'm just kind of rounding it off, making it blend in better. Those are pretty, what would the word be? Dramatic eyebrows. This guy could be Chinese. Okay, so thankfully I think I'm coming up to the end of this voiceover. And maybe I'm going to do some real-time talking here. So anyways, carry on. Carry on. Okay, so I gotta apologize because I I realized my microphone came unplugged when I was doing my last part of the carving, so I might have to do a voiceover on that. Anyway, so you can see he's got the square in the eyes here, and then he does a circle on each kind of edge, right? So let's see a clear picture. Let's try and find the when he gets to the eyes in this book. Section eyes. Okay. So here you go like this. Okay. So you see there, he does a cross and then a little line there. So let's see. Here's a clear picture. So we'll try and follow this right here. So we'll go our center line back on. Okay, and then we'll, where does he go from under the eyebrows? I'm sure he says exactly how to do it in this book. I just don't like reading. Pictures work better for me. Okay, so there's that, and then we'll go like this. So I can already see that this eye is wider than this eye, but I can clean that up. Let me do it quickly here. I also put in a way less aggressive burr. This is a taper burr, reverse taper, Kutzall. A very fine one, the gold color to do the eye. Okay. So, like this, like this. And I guess the thing you do is you just carve you try and make this like a round circle inside here. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll turn the fan on and make it like a round ball inside there. Stand by, carry on. Okay, voiceover take 3. This is when you really want to take your time, okay? So like I said, all I'm going to do is try and make it like a ball inside there. We're not even really doing the football kind of thing. I'm just trying to make it look like a round circle inside of the face. Well, 2 round circles inside of the face, 1 on each side. This is the frustrating part for me, because I just like carving and just going fast and just having fun and just getting it done. This is when you have to really slow down, try and make sure both your sides are equal. You know, don't carve too deep. You don't want to go too deep. It's when you really gotta slow down and look at the big picture. Okay, so I don't know what I'm saying here. So there's the circle cut in. Okay. So now I'm going to round off the edges of that circle, which means I'm going to round off my cut marks, okay? And I'm not a real professional carver at eyes. I'm not a professional at anything, any carving I do. Okay? But I kind of get it because I've done so much. You know, this might not turn out perfect, but at least you guys can see what I'm doing. So you can take the same approach if you want to. If you think you'll be able to get it. We're not all rocket scientists. Some of us are more let's see here, roofers. Some of us are more roofers and not rocket scientists. Okay, so that's starting to look more round. Just slowly doing it, right? Like my Dremel's still running full speed, just softer to the touch. Less aggressive burr. Okay, so I can see these 2 sides are off. So that one I'm just going to cut it a little bit deeper. Make it a bit more rounder. Okay, just trying to make both sides equal. This guy does have pretty big eyes. But this is how you also get your eyes to sink into the face better too, doing this way. There's this way or the other way, right? This way does, I admit, it does look better. But the other way's just, well, it's a lot faster. This way does make your eyes sink into the face better and make them look more round. And then it makes your cheekbones too. Like you see how they're sinking deep in there? You know, and when you're not really heavy carving, like removing lots of bulk wood, it's okay to let your burr stick out if you don't run at full speed. Like pull your burr out, because when you start carving the eyes, there's always one spot on each eye that's hard to get to, like almost right there. You'll see it's always like you gotta really, once you get to that point in the eye where it's hard to get to make it round, you gotta really take your time and let the burr slowly cut down to where you want to get to make it look round. See how they're moving that piece, the carving around different angles and stuff like that, just because it's hard to get everywhere you want to because you're pushing deeper into the carving, right? Just kind of removing the wood, rounding it off a bit more. See, they're slowly getting there. Just cutting it a bit deeper, trying to make it equal with the other side. Sorry. Shoot the cameraman. Okay. Just slowly making everything round and proportionate to each side. That's the biggest thing about doing a face carving, is keeping everything equal to each side, I think. But who cares, really? Okay, so you see here my eyes aren't perfect. I really don't care. It's just kind of give you guys the idea. So I always start with a dot here and then a dot here. Okay? Use the pen for the dots. One dot here, then one dot here. Look, he's a googly-eyed guy. Okay, so then we'll put our, this guy has pretty big eyes. We'll put our eyelid right here, top eyelid right here, and our bottom eyelid right there. Top eyelid right here, and our bottom eyelid right here. See, when you're doing the eyes, the better that you get your everything correct on both sides, it's easier to do the eyes. Like I said, I don't know if these eyes, these are kind of like football shapes. I don't know if these eyes are going to turn out, and I really don't care. So now I'll decide what burr I'm going to use. Okay, so you guys can see my eyes drawn in there. So now I'm going to use these little metalworking burrs, okay? You get these in my Amazon store. You get like a set like this for 20 or 25 bucks. It's $1.50 or $1 a burr. So I'm going to use a little football shape that has the pointy end, okay? And this one has the pointy end so I can get nice and deep underneath the eyelid. Also, I'm going to be running it a lot slower, so you notice I got my burr sticking way farther out of the collet. I can push this because I want to be able to get in there, right? So don't have your burrs sticking far out like this when you're doing your blocking out and your crazy power carving. It's okay to have them sticking out when you're trying to get in, running it slower and less aggressive, okay? So let's just try this without the fan going. So I'm going to cut on the inside of each line, try and make it look round inside here. Okay, so that one's cut in. Now I'm going to cut this one in. So I got the piece upside down. Okay. So now let's look to see how equal they are. They're all right. This one's aimed up a bit this way. That's okay. So now let's just take our time and round it off inside here, right? So it's a pupil. maybe by having this burr sticking so far out, I can get in there easier. Take your time. Now I'm cutting the bottom eyelid in deeper. Push your corners of the eyes in deeper, so push it in here deeper, and on this each side, make it look round. I can see this eye is bigger than this eye. I'm just trying to make the eyes equal sizes. I don't know, looks okay to me. So when you got a little burr like this on, you can go run around and do some Okay, so I can see this eyelid is a bit taller than this. This one is taller than this one. So ton of fun. Good enough for me. Okay, you can put pupils or whatever you want to do in there. This size bigger. I could make this size bigger here. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put on a diamond burr. Stand by. Okay, so I got this little diamond burr. You guys can buy these at your Harbor Freight if you're in America or wherever. Looks good enough to me. Okay, so let's do the beard hairs. This guy's kind of lost his bump in his nose. That's no problem. You just carve it deeper there, Eddie. Okay, so I got my Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr back on here. I think I'm just going to give this guy some hair, not like up like I always do. Let's kind of go like this. Whatever, right? It can go up like this too, right? You can even come from behind and do this too if you want. It can be whatever you want it to be. Okay, so let's fire up the fan. And this is when I just get carving kind of heavy, but I'll try to explain what I'm doing. Just to keep everything smooth and flowing the same direction, right? Okay, Dremel power carving on wood, take 4. So, what am I doing here? I'm not too sure. What are you doing? I'm not too sure because I'm not there. You know what you're doing? Okay, so you can see my lines cut, so I'm just kind of, just because the hair is going this way doesn't mean the beard needs to go that way too. Like, there's no bowling wind. We're just giving it character doing this, right? So all I'm doing is just trying to do smooth, keep my lines like this is when nice S lines come into effect. Just trying to keep everything nice and smooth looking. Okay. Just I probably could have sped this up a bit, so don't cut too deep in there. Just cut deep, feather away to give you high points and low points, right? Okay, what am I doing? I'm not too sure what I'm doing. Okay, let's do this over again. So let's just keep cutting and have some fun. Okay. So there's so many different ways you can do your hair texture too. You can do deep lines first, then thin lines. You can do just deep lines. You could do like crossing them all over. You can just do real nice thin lines, smooth to each other. You can do thin lines. You can do deep lines, then thin lines that cross over each other. There's just so many ways to do it. You guys will find out which way you like to do it yourself. Okay, I could have pulled out the metalworking burr here too, and done some detail on the hairs like this little lines, but then I thought the video would just kind of be too long, so I just kind of left it at this for the more beginner Dremel carvers. So beside, you see I'm pushing it farther back beside the face there because the hair would be coming off. See where the hair comes off up there? It would be back farther in the forehead, but you're not trying to carve a real person. I'm not anyways. You might want to do realism carving so it looks like a real wizard or whatever, but me, I want to carve what I want to carve. If it looks like a face, well, I mean, if it looks like a wood spirit, then it's a wood spirit. Something that's alive in the wood. You guys' wood spirits can be whatever you want them to be. And don't listen to what anybody says. If you ask for opinions, that's good. It's always, sometimes I ask my buddies for opinions on my carvings and stuff like that, like Just Carve Rob, Larry Dibbs, and all those guys. Skipper. See, I'm just trying to make it smooth. See, if you look there, I can't pinpoint it, but there's one part up there where I'm looking at this video. I was just trying to rush it. It's not that smooth. See on the left, top left there? See, it's just kind of square cut. Okay, so now this is what I got. This is oh no, I'm just going to run around, clean everything. Oh, I'm doing the beard hairs now. Same thing. Just cut them in. I thought I was going to be giving them pupils right now, but not yet. Man, this video is, I think it's like, oh, it's over an hour long. Wonder if any of you guys are still here. Leave a comment. Let me know if you watched the whole video or not. I like to see. I can tell by my in the YouTube studio. I can tell how long people have been watching the video for too. So. So there's the bottom lip in again. Just cutting more hairs in. When I do the mustache hairs, I kind of like to leave them more straighter lines. But I'll show you something that I do here, everybody. See how I go inside the mustache, okay? And I fold it out. So watch this cut. Okay, start cutting and fold it out. So it looks like it just gives it more character. I think anyways. I don't do it all the time, only sometimes when I want to try, I guess. You can give them a top lip if you want to there too. Okay, so see that side? I'm going to do the same on this side. So it's like, I call it up and over. There you go, boom. See how far that mustache pushes back? With those lines beside that nose. I don't know what they're called, smile lines or something. Anyways, hope everybody's doing grand. Just kind of rounding off the two sides of the face to make it equal. This guy's, I didn't really give him too much age lines underneath his eyes. I just kind of left it simple like that. There's the hole I put in the top. And I push it up on a 45 so the nails don't fall off when it sits. See, I don't go straight in, I go up so then it sits on the nail better. And once again, everybody, what am I gonna say? Sign it. Don't forget to sign your piece. I just do a simple J. That's it. Okay, so here I got the peterblair sanding mandrel. Just quickly going over it, sanding it before I burn it. It just helps so you don't have to burn as deep to get rid of all the ugly stuff, like the fuzzy parts of the carving. Okay, I think that's it for this voiceover. Thank you very much. Carving Fusion voiceover, over and out. Okay, so here's a round diamond burr I'm going to push in and do the pupils with. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my wood burner out after I dust it off and wood burn inside here, the eyebrows and eyelids and everything like that, okay? I speak for myself. I have more fun doing the wood spirits that don't have the real ice. As you guys can see, I probably really don't care how tidy I'm trying to be. Okay, so you can burn inside these pupils a bit. So you can actually see them. Give some extra lines here if you want. Okay, now the eyelids. Okay, you can do here. This is the same as kind of chainsaw carving stuff. Do up here. Do underneath the bottom, the mustache and the bottom lip. Give them some edge lines if you want. Just, I don't want to get too crazy here. You go right here for the eyebrows. Okay, so now let's, I got to carve some eyebrows in. Okay, so this is an aluminum cutting burr. This is the smaller one. There's a longer one. Okay, when you use the longer one, you get one cut. When you use this one, you get two cuts. Two cuts meaning two marks on it. I don't know if you guys can see. Okay, so let's burn it. I'm not going to burn it deep at all. I'm just going to give it a quick hit. This will help get rid of some extra fuzzies. So I'm burning deeper down in here. Remember, don't burn away your details. Okay, now I'm going to hit it with the Scotch-Brite. So that's all done. I painted in the nostrils black and brown just for extra things. Anybody want to buy a used paintbrush and tray? So now I got this poly shade, the classic oak. I don't want this piece to go too dark, so I'll use the classic oak poly shade. Yeah, carry on. Okay, so I got my Play Dr. Liz gloves on. Hi Liz. You guys mix this stuff really good because the color sits on the bottom. So I got these foam brushes. I'm just going to soak it on here, okay? Get this done really quick. Make sure you don't miss any spots. Look at it from all angles. Even the bark I'm going to do. Okay, so I'll get this all on here. And I'm going to wipe it off, okay, with a rag. And then I'll use this to get some high points. Okay everybody, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. I hope this video was able to help you some point, maybe doing the eyes or the nose or the bottom lip or the hair. Just have fun what you're doing. Anybody can do this, you know, just the more you, I'm not an artist, okay? I'm definitely not an artist, but the more you do, the better you're gonna get, okay? Just push yourself to get better. That's all I can say. Over and over and over and over and over is progress, okay? So here it is. The eyes are okay. The pupils are off centered a little bit. There's your side view. So the nose doesn't stick off that much farther, but it sticks off farther. Just have fun what you do. Enjoy yourself. Don't be intimidated by other people's artwork. Okay? Thank you very much. Carving Fusion. Over and out.